What I'm doing right now is I'm just getting out these jack stands. I know these jack stands look big, it's because they are, but I want to get the car up right now. I've been working on mudding this side. I had that side done yesterday. I had this side 3/4 done, but I still had to come in and do a little bit of more work to it. I wanted to smooth it off a little bit better. Got the body line put in it on the hood side. Got the door fitting a little better on this side. I still have to mud in around here. Basically, if you are building a car from scratch or a car by hand, you are going to have to mud the whole thing. That's the way it goes. That's the part of the game. And you know what the sad part is? There is so much talent when it comes to making something look right. The people that we do not show, I've noticed our show, when we watch it, there's no body work. People don't want to watch body work. Well, I hate to say it, but the people that are doing the mud work are probably the most talented of it all, because there's many processes that goes on. You have to do the metal work, you have to do the welding, you have to do the grinding. That's all a process. Everything is a process when you're making something. And that body work and spreading that mud and getting it sanded down and making it look right is an art in all itself. That probably discourages 90% of the people from doing this sort of thing is the mud work. What I suggest is, I'm just going to keep working while I talk. What I suggest is get something, or what I did is I jumped into a power tool because it moved faster, it worked faster, and I got faster at doing it. But what I suggest is find something that you're good at with if you're going to dig it off. Let's face it, do not try to dig off mud with anything less than 36 or a 40 grit. I mean, don't dig it off. Don't try to straighten that out or dig it off without having the roughest paper that you can get. Lowest number is the roughest. Higher number is the smoothest. But when I do this, I always start the mud work with this thing. It works really well. It's an 8-inch orbital. It's 40 grit. I do everything with it. I did the hood sides with it. I did the doors with it. And what I do, this is how I do it. When I mud this fender, I mud the whole thing. The whole thing. I do not stop mixing mud until I'm ready to sand it with this. If I have a low spot, I'm going to talk, I don't have to talk that loud because of the air press, do I? If I have a low spot on the fender and I'm noticing it after I put the mud on, I will put mud right on top of it to get it, try to level it off, to flood it off. When it's dry, or 3/4 dry, you can get it early if you want to. It's just sometimes when you get to the metal, it digs it off quick, and you don't want that either. So I just let it dry. 40 grit, 8-inch, and I would sand this like this. I would use this just like a block. I do not tip it. I do not lean it. I do not anything. If I'm doing these pieces right here on the door, when I mud it together, I sand it together. So it's all one surface. If I start leaning it, then you start getting a problem. You're not doing the right thing. I use that just like a block. I like a board file. Yes, I do. On something that I've gone over with that, and I want a little board file to make it straight as possible, I will do that. No problem whatsoever. But the mud guys make or break a fantastic car. And it's as simple as that. You know, it's all a process. And I've been doing the process for quite a while now. And what I have done for myself is I figured out the fastest way I could do it. That's all I have done. I've taken the time to figure out the fastest process to get it done. And I have done that, and I can prove to you how I've done that. If you watch the last 2 seasons of Bad Chad Customs, you ask yourself, Can you build 14 cars in 18 months or 12 months? 8 and 6, 14 months, was it? 6 and 8? Ask yourself, can you build a car a month? Can you get a team to do that? That's all, what I'm saying is, it takes a lot of work, and the people that do the mud work is just as much work as it is to do the other stuff. And it's probably more important in the end than the rest of the stuff, because if it does not mud it out right, it does not look good. So it is a process, and everybody that has a part in it deserves a pat on the back, because it's a lot of hard work. I hope I'm not monkeying around here. Hope I can get them. Should pay attention, eh? What do you think, baby? Should pay attention? Trying to jack it. Trying to jack it up. I want to get it up as high as possible. And I do not want the front wheels coming down. I got boards underneath them. I don't want them coming down. What I have to do, and why I'm jacking it up, all the edges have to be finished, and none of the edges are finished. I got some round rod to weld in there. I don't feel like laying on my face to weld that. I get it up a little bit. I got some round rod I got to weld in along this edge and along this edge to finish that. All the edges have to be finished. Look at that, would you? Loving that. Have to be very careful doing this stuff, Nobody wants to get hurt, or I don't anyways. I try to be careful. But what I will say is the mud work takes time, and those people that do it, that do not get credit, I know how hard you work. Have a good, what's today? Saturday. Have a good Saturday, everybody. I'm just jacking this car up in the air. I'm going to take the broom, sweep the place up, make myself get rejuvenated here, clean a few things up, get the car up in the air, maybe, blow it off a little bit, get some things that I couldn't see, or, fix some stuff. I guess I'm going on today about body fills because I've been sanding it today, and they deserve credit just as well as anybody else. And in the show, it's me, my son, and my sexy that sand body fill. Put that in perspective. We're bad Chad Customs. We're airing on, what night is that? New Year's Eve night or Christmas night? Christmas Eve. I apologize on my bad information. It wasn't a 2-hour episode. Season finale is Christmas Eve. That's cool. That's cool. Makes me so happy. I am the happiest in my life right at the present moment. I enjoy everything that I'm doing, and I'm so happy. I hope you're happy as I am. Anyway.